Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And tonight is going to be one of my favorite stream, which I am kind of like slacking doing lately. Primarily, I'm focusing on the transit aspects, but what do we need to know remains one of my favorite readings. And tonight, I'm going to do one of those. So, the cards first thing that I'm going to do, obviously, this is going to be the collective reading, and the cards which I drew a few hours ago, so I can use them for the thumbnail. And if you do so wish to examine them for yourself, you can use the thumbnail. You can use the thumbnail and just observe them there. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Yasmin. And the first one which I drew, that is the Tower card, followed by the second one, which is Six of Swords. And the third one, that will be Two of Pentacles. Now, before I move to the interpretation, just to let you know, guys, that I am quite far away from the router, and therefore there could be spikes and stutters, although I don't believe that is going to be unbearable unless, you know, my gear doesn't lose connection entirely. Hello, Taco. Welcome to the stream, mate. Hello, Amelia. But if it does, please have patience. I'm going to switch to mobile data and I'm going to complete the stream that way. I'm quite fine, mate, recovering from a pretty nasty condition of my skin. And the ointment that's the ointment that I'm using, that I have been prescribed, dealt with the problem pretty efficiently. But I think I have a side effects. I have some kind of like boils that are popping up on my face, and I usually have them here and there. Okay, because my skin is that kind of a type, but now they are quite extreme. I mean, I have like right now I do have three at the same time. That was never before. So I guess one of the ointments is causing that, and tomorrow I do have an appointment with a doctor, so we can figure out what's going on, because it's pretty uncomfortable. And you know, they make me ugly. I don't like to be ugly. uh, Barely noticeable. Yeah, that's why I am far away from the camera. If I come closer, mate, it's quite a big one. Okay, I can even see it when I smile, and I can see it with my eye because it's quite big. So yeah, first one again, that will be the Tower card, followed by the second card of the Six of Swords, and the last one, that will be Two of Pentacles. So yeah, but this is gonna deal with those ones, all right? I want the problem resolved from its core, not to deal with the symptoms. I want them to stop appearing, not to treat them. So yeah, tomorrow I do have an appointment early in the morning. Anyway, so what we need to know is that recently we took some actions that had been out of character, like, for example, a Hail Mary or a last resort type of thing, or a complete change of a direction. Bottom line, actions that, yeah, they were out of character. I don't know how to put it even into words. These are actions that or choices, because it could be choices. Um, Under normal circumstances, we wouldn't attempt, but because we have nothing to lose anymore, okay, from one or another thing, whether from the business or for our love life, we cross that line. And what we need to know, it is that there is going to be uh, a rain before the dawn. So what happens here is that first we are going to have to go through some kind of a turmoil that is nigh, it's coming. We may experience as a drop of income, for example, a drop of work, or a lack of reciprocity in term of relationship and in term of love. But this is going to change very quickly after that, in this turmoil that we are going to go through. To very small extent is going to change our perception, and as well is going to change our plans. But ultimately, towards the end, is going to have a pretty healing, nurturing, and growing effect upon our lives. So we can consider that these actions are forcing a restart. This is not the end, it's just starting anew. That this time we can build our, for example, business or relationship or friendship, you know, or hobby, whatever that relates to you, or for whatever field that relates to you, anew, and build it much broader, much wider, and with much, much more potential. So that was the collective reading. Now there are going to be 12 readings just like this one, and I'm going to run down the ecliptic starting up with Aries, and I'm going to end up with a Pisces. And bear in mind that these are going to be generalized readings, so they will relate to a certain extent to your situation, problems, or you know, whatever you're facing right now, but seldom they 100% align. So if you do want personalized reading where that reading will align 100% to your questions, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below, and there on the very front page you can see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Now, other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support it, the only thing you have to do is subscribe for the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel so. Either of these actions are going to help with the YouTube algorithm. And finally, guys, if you do wish to support it financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you're going to find in the description down below. And anyone who does so is going to have a reading at the end of the stream, personalized reading at the end of the stream of what they do need to know at this moment. And just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you. And as well, Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you. You guys and girl are going to have a reading at the end of the stream. So let me put you into the list. Give me a moment. Well, Amelia, hopefully it goes very well for you. And I do wish you speedy recovery. All right, so first one, that will be Aries. Now you can keep up with what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there, okay? And should you be watching this forecast on a video, you can just skim ahead until you find your star sign. Now, listening to your sun sign or the sign you're born under will show you the things that are coming your way. Watching for your moon sign or where your moon is will describe how you're gonna feel when you have to face what is coming your way. And watching for your rising sign will describe the best way how you can deal with it. So if you watch for all three of these, should give you a pretty good idea of what do you need to know and how to deal with it. So with that said, like I said, Aries goes first, and let me shuffle. All right, first one, the Lovers. We have the Lovers. Second one, that will be Seven of Pentacles. And the last one, that will be Three of Wands. So what you need to know, Aries, it is that your endeavor, first of all, you can't make a wrong move here. You are pretty much already set up for growth, for a expansion, for a challenging heights. And when I say challenging, I don't mean them troublesome, okay? I mean a challenge that is meant to conquer, that brings a bigger rewards. So you can't go wrong with it, whichever way you choose to go about or whichever way you choose to take on it. And you can't go wrong about it is because you have already established patterns, established foundation, and from there it is just only a surplus. And the other thing that you do need to know is that it will cost you far less than anticipated. So it's pretty much a win-win situation, a gold mine that you are on top of, a pretty amazing development that stands ahead of you. Okay, next, that will be Taurus. Two of Swords, Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands. So you Taurus, what you need to know is that the most correct, efficient, and profitable approach, way, choice, decision is going to be revealed very soon. The only thing you have to do is just wait for it to become obvious, to become pretty eye-gouging, if I may express it that way. And once this option reveals itself in front of you, then you will definitely gonna know how to use it, how to capitalize on it, what kind of an actions you will have to make, and how to prevail on the situation. And that could apply literally for everything. And I'm just gonna give you out of character example here. If you don't know who is attracted to you, just wait for a little while, few days, and it will become pretty obvious who is attracted to you, how you should approach them if you do want to approach them, and how to capitalize and prevail into the situation and put that person exactly where you want. You may want them in your into friendship circle, you may want them into your romantic circle, okay, as a someone to date with, or into your business circle, someone to do business with. So you're going to pretty much have that sense how to play around and make the best out of that situation. Okay. Next we have Gemini. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the World. What you need to know it is that immense wealth, it is what it is that you are going to secure. And when I say wealth, I don't mean just only money. Okay, for some people, money could be wealth. For others, love could be wealth. Or for third, family could be wealth. Health could be wealth. Power could be wealth. You can have one of those, not all of them though. So it does depend what your goal is right now. Your goal may be to make a lot of friends, and having friends could be wealth for you, or your goal may be to have a lot of money. That could be wealth for you. But whichever way it is, you're gonna have that rare opportunity, not just only to further, but also to secure your goal of immense wealth. And it will be right in a bag, for the lack of better expression here. No one can take it away from you, no one can ruin that experience for you. And whatever that opportunity will manifest itself for you through a harmonious relationships, lucrative business deals, or a job, the only person I would say that can ruin it, it is you, if you decide not to take it, if you decide to walk away. So you need to know that it is yours for the taking. All right, next, Cancer. Four of Wands, Temperance, Six of Swords. What you need to know, Cancer, is that your success is nigh. It requires one or two more moves, one or two more decisions. But these moves and these decisions are going to be the most terrifying thing you have to do, the most terrifying thing you have to decide in a favor of. And it will look scary, very scary. You may, not may, but you will take it as of, an action of a great consequences, an action of a great risk, while in reality you aren't risking anything. Okay, and that the development and the action and the choice very balanced, and you are gonna end up being accoladed for your approach and for your bravery, for your heroism, for your gut. You're gonna face a lot of compassion and a lot of solidarity. So a little bit more courage it is required from you to do what it takes, to do what it's needed. And your success is gonna be real, it's gonna be there. Right now is nigh. You can make it real with one or two final steps. You have a one or two aspects that needs to be taken care of before you finalize that development of yours. Okay, next we have Leo. Five of Swords, Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups. That's a complicated one. MT, thank you for the 20. Thank you, MT. Let me put you into the list. Okay. So what you need to know here, Leo, is that your progress and your accomplishment, your success comes on a price. The difference here, and you may ask, of course it does. Everything has its price. Yeah, but the difference here for you is that it is not you who is going to pay it. Who is going to pay it are people around you, your spouse, your children, your family, your friends. They are those who are going to pay the price for your success. Whether the loneliness that your spouse needs to endure, okay, or the betrayal that your friends needs to put up with, okay, or your nasty mood that your family needs to go through, and so on and so forth. And while you are going to end up accomplishing your target and accomplishing your goal, by the time you do, you may have crossed the line of no return. You may have crossed certain boundaries that there is no reprimand of them, like broken trust, like humiliation that you have inflicted on the people around. So what you need to know it is that sometimes, I'm not saying that for all of you this is going to be the case, but sometimes the result doesn't justify the means. Sometimes it's not worth it. And what you need to examine is what makes you happy. And if there are people around you that makes you happy, don't hurt them. Okay, next, Virgo. The Sun, the Star, Temperance. So I don't know how this exactly is going to manifest, but what you need to know, Virgo, is that your problems are about to end. And I mean, they're about to end big time. What awaits you are expanding energies of growth and pretty safe developments. And when I say safe, I mean developments in which you will face no resistance, you will face no problem, you will face no conniving, you will face no people that simply require wish and does require from you to fail in any way. So what you can expect is happiness, growth, and as well success that does answer to your ideals, to your standards, to your criteria. For example, love that completely answers to the love you want, job that completely answers to the ideal for the job you have, okay, or a friendship circle that completely answers to the one you want to have. So this is what awaits you. And another thing that you need to know is that there is a person who wants to mend relationship with you. They are not on the same page by a large margin, but they are ready to show compassion and to respect you for your different opinion. So once you are approached, quite advisable here according to these cards to bury the hatchets down. Well, then you are off for a great experience in the next few days, Amelia. All right, next, Libra. Seven of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Magician. Mm. So what you need to know is that unity is coming your way. That unity could be, I'm not calling it partnership because this is bigger than partnership. Okay, the difference in between partnership and unity to tarot is that partnerships, ultimately everybody is fighting for themselves. Someone is with you because uh, they share the same interest, but ultimately they are watching out for themselves first and foremost. Unity is different thing. Unity is when you are one. There is no pride, there is no shyness, there is no ego in it, and all of the involved are putting equal efforts. Okay, so this is what you need to know. This is what is heading your way. It could manifest into a very is quite romantic interaction, dating with someone that they're putting the efforts behind, so you will have to put efforts behind as well. And what I mean with that, because many people, especially women, and I don't know why, because we are living in a society that we do have equal rights, therefore equal responsibilities. And I don't know why there are still women that are expecting that the man has to do always the first step. For example, the man always has to call, the man always has to make reservations, the man always has to flatter, and so on and so forth. We do have equal rights, therefore equal responsibilities, and thus the man does that once, then it's your turn to do it. This is how Two of Cups manifests. If you look at it into the traditional deck, let me pull the card out, okay, in the traditional deck. Hold on a second. There it is. All right. So if you look at the card, they both reach to each other and they meet in the middle. So they both does the same thing. They both put equal effort, equal in value and equal in manifestation. So this is what that unity is going to require. If it is a partnership in terms of, if it is a unity in terms of business, you find a client, the other side finds a client. You find another client, or the other side finds another client, you're going to have to find another client as well. So that is what we have here. And like I said, each side is bound to put equal efforts in it. So it's not going to feel like, you know, you are going to have to carry that unity on your back. And what can ruin it is if you beguile yourself to think that you're more important than the other side, then everything falls apart. That is what you need to know. Next one, Scorpio. The strength, the Hermit, Four of Swords. So what you need to know, what we need to know as a Scorpio is that we are very close to the right formula, but we are not quite there yet. However, we are going to be approached by someone, a loyal companion, okay, very, very close person, family member, for example, a spouse or a bestie out there, which is going to provoke a quite of a serious deliberations under how should we proceed, and you know, a strategy, for the lack of better words here, a strategy, a clear path forward will be forged. So what we need to know as a Scorpio is that we are going to find our niche here. We are going to find the formula through which we can climb on the top of the mountain we are trying to conquer. And whether that mountain contains love at the top, or a money, you know, or something else, that depends on the goal that we do have. It is something that they inspire enthusiasm into us. Uh, it will be a long process from the look of these cards, and at some points, we as a Scorpio, we even going to question, you know, why we are even doing this. But at the end, when we climb that mountain, right, and when we survey the vista around, then we will know that it was all worth it. So what we need to know is that we are on the verge of start something grand, something big, something long term as a target. And it will keep us occupied for a very, very long time. Other than that, what we need to know is that our reactions and behavior into the next few days are quite just deserved and right. All right, next, Sagittarius. Uh, Three of Wands, Ten of Swords, Six of Pentacles. It's a deal that exceeds. And I'm talking about figuratively speaking here. It may not be a proposal through a person, just, you may be in the right circumstances to overstep or overreach. And that doesn't mean that it has to end in a bad way. You are just surpassing, if I might put it that way, the time. And what you need to know about it is that it's going to be quite challenging endeavor. You will have a lot to toil for it. You are going to have a lot to learn about it, okay? And it will require a lot of efforts on your behalf. However, once that opportunity present itself to you, you're going to have a certain expectations from it, and all these expectations can become reality. However, it's going to be a deal of a type you take it or leave it. You don't have time to think about it. It's now on the table. 10 minutes from now, it's gone. Right? Done. You can't have it anymore. So you're going to have to make your choice on a whim. And there will be no going back from it. The choice is yours. All of these cards are saying that you're not going to have one of those anytime soon, so it will be best if you give it a shot. Okay, next, Capricorn. Two of Wands, Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles. So not much to be said here, aside from that whatever you're doing it better than anybody else expected you to be doing it. For example, you're doing your job better than your boss had expected you to do so, or the person that you're going out with is far more pleased than they had expected you to do so, and so on and so forth. So your efforts are not being left unnoticed. Even on the contrary, now the side that it is assessing you feels like, and that is something you need to know, feels like that you now can handle more freedom, that you don't have to have your hand being held. Okay, they can give you some liberties, and that is what's going to happen. And what you need to know is that with those liberties, you can expand on these results. You can expand on making these dates even more beautiful and powerful. You can expand on the results at work. So whatever you're doing, keep on doing it, and you are not going to get it wrong. But also don't rely on, that is another thing you need to know, don't rely on faith, in a sense of expecting that things are going to happen because they are meant to happen. No, here, for you Capricorn, everything comes through toil and work. Your results are going to be reciprocal to the work you're putting in them. So don't slack. Okay. Next, Aquarius. The World. Ten of Pentacles, Five of Wands. It's an independence. So there is something out there for Aquarius that it is, up until this point, wreaking havoc, making our lives, and I'm saying our because I'm rising Aquarius, making our lives unpredictable to a certain extent, if not to the fullest extent. And this aspect, that could be an influence of quite of a erratic person, or it could be untimely payment at work, okay, that it is making our life quite chaotic. We don't know when we are going to get money. And I'm saying that because it was quite prominent back in the days when I was doing full-time job. You just don't know when you're going to get your salary. You know, sometimes it gets delayed for 3 weeks, even beyond that. It could be a friend that you can't rely on, okay, but you still need them. So what you need to know is that influence is going to be no longer. I mean, you're going to be liberated from it, and you will become independent from it. And so you can make your life as comfortable as possible, and you can make it very, very comfortable, Aquarius. And another thing that you need to know, guys, is that it's very possible in the next few days, someone from your past may try to connect with you in order to settle the score, to make things right. Because they have ended it on the wrong foot, not because of you, not because it was your fault, because it was their fault, and now they want to right the to right the wrong. And advisably from the cards, you should allow them to do so. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Three of Wands. All right, so what you need to know is that your emotions and feelings are shared, and not just only that, but also your vision is shared. And just to give you the quickest example with the Two of Cups, you like someone, you see each other in relationship. This is exactly the same way how they feel and how they see each other with you. Problem is the Three of Wands being there, and that means that the patterns and the foundation is not right currently. And if you try to act on these feelings and these emotions and that vision, it will be very difficult to materialize it, to endure in the real world, outside of the sphere of emotions and of the sphere of of hope. And just to give you a quick example of that, you may like each other as much as you want to, you may love each other, you may see each other in a relationship, but you do not trust each other. And so without trust, if you don't earn each other's trust, just can't be together. Because without trust, there is jealousy, okay? There is a envy, there is ego, and there is no reliability at all. So what kind of relationship is that? It's agony. It's just one example. Another one. That person may be working in abroad, and you don't believe in long-term relationships, for example. So the patterns aren't right. So you will have to wait them to come back in the country when the patterns are right. But what you need to know is that your emotions and your visions are shared, and you just have to wait for the right alignment of circumstances in order to make them work and in order to make them happen. Other than that, pretty calm and friendly environment is awaiting you for the next few days. And so that was for the 12th. And now there is going to be the super chat. First one, that will be Yasmin. But before that, let me have a minute or two to gather up my strength and thoughts. Hmm. Yasmin. Okay. So these are the cards, and it's quite a complicated explanation. So there is an enterprise, at least according to the tarot cards, that you puts a lot of hopes and a lot of value into it, that could have been made a huge mistake into it due to, for example, lack of comprehension, for example, lack of experience, naivety, or a immaturity as well. And that mistake may have not been made by you, all right? May have been made by someone that you work with, or someone that you side with, someone that is involved. And what you need to know is that the danger of this mistake being done is going to be over. So you are not going to have to face that danger anymore, that someone is going to screw up, or that you have been, for example, set up, or I don't know, someone is going to withdraw, and so on and so forth. And when this is over, I mean the danger of this mistake being done, of this very immature state being manifested, then you will be able to secure the enterprise, to ensure its future, to ensure its concurrent future, and to ensure the gains from it. Okay, that there is going to be a constant flow of benefits, whether financial, whether emotional. Okay, it could be either way, but simply you will ensure and secure the future of wealth. Okay, so that is what you need to know. Next, that will be tackle. You're welcome, Yasmin. All right, anchor, which stands for stable, long, Tower, which stands for authority, business. Clouds, which stands for confusion, problems. Okay, so we do have a long-term business or authority confusion or a problems. Jennifer, thank you for the $8. Let me put you into the list. Hold on a second. Where is the list? There. Okay, so this is what the Lenormand describes. Although these troubles or confusion may not be for a big things. In fact, I'm going to draw another card from the Lenormand. Yeah, it's for a small gains. It's for a small things. Trifles here, which is the clover. Clover is a small gains, a confusion over small gains, or small gains are going to make a that confusion. Let's see what the tarot is going to show. Mm. This is where the problems are coming from, mate. That person, King of Wands. So they have an impossible requests, probably requests that simply are unnecessary, or criteria that are simply unnecessary. But King of Wands are a people or a person that they do not budge, right? You just can't convince them that that's the best that could be done. So the best thing that I can advise you here, Taco, is to impeach them if you can. Change them with someone else. For example, if that is someone that you work with and they have an impossible demand and an impossible request, just change the person that you do work with. Because the Lenormand are pointing that you're going to have long-term confusion and difficulties with that authority, but they don't say that you can't change the authority. You can definitely change the authority, and it is within the tarot cards. That Ten of Pentacles here shows that you can definitely become independent from them. Okay, don't work with them, work with someone else that is answering for the same type of thing. Okay, but if you do face in the next few days difficulties getting through to authority figure, I don't know, like a government member or a government representative, a family member, and so on and so forth, just go around them, right? Talk with someone else, and then you will be able to get your it could be a landlord as well, right? Oh, well, if it is a landlord, then I don't know how you can go around them, right? But yeah, I mean, the landlord may land some kind of like impossible requirements and demands from you. So maybe that will be the point and the time for you to change your landlord. Okay, next, MT. Let's have a look. You're welcome, Taco. I thank you for your generosity. Mm. Those are your cards, Mattia. What you need to know is that there is a new beginning, obviously, with the Fool card that will become pretty obvious to you that it is taking place. At first, you may be confused how things are working out and the circumstances that are forming it and how things are going on about it. But pretty much it will become very, very clear to you where things are heading. And we're talking about love here. Okay. And the first signs are going to be that the person who is starting to develop feelings for you is starting to take care for you more than it is required, right? Starting to take care for you like, I don't know, like a parent, like a someone that is taking you under their wing. And so this is going to be the cue. This is going to be the cue for you that, that individual has more than just sympathies and friendships toward you. That is what you need to know. Now, whether you should manifest that or not is going to be entirely up for you to decide. The cards are advising you not to get into obligations yet. Take it carefree, take it unattached in the sense of that, like I said, don't take any obligations, and see where things are heading, okay, and how well you are spending, for example, time together, or how well in generally you are getting on along, and that should give you a pretty good idea whether you should, go forward with it or not. So that is what you need to know, Mattia. And last but not least, that will be Jennifer. So let's see, Jen, what do you need to know? Well, don't say anything. Oh, just wait for it. And when, Mattia, when empty, when the situation is ripe, it will be pretty obvious how you should go about it. Just give me a second, guys. All right, Jen. What you need to know is that there is a person who will try to play you out. We do have these cards here, okay? A person who will try to take away or to gain from the situation or from you without putting anything that it is required from them, without paying their due without paying their share. Very clever individual, very conniving, okay, very, very intelligent. So you need to be vigilant about it, and wherever you are proposed of a version, solution, option available that seems perfect, you should second guess it, right? You should take it with a grain of salt, and you should seek a second opinion, so you don't fall for that. So you don't fall for that setup. So that is what you need to know. All right, everyone. This is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your generosity. Hopefully we're going to see each other next time in Sunday, when we're going to have full moon in Scorpio as a topic of full moon in Scorpio as a topic of the live stream. And until then, bye.